Now, at the time when these officers entered the exhibits into the SAP 13, did they have seal numbers, exhibit seal numbers?
No, Commissioners, because the exhibits was not sealed.
So what would they have entered into the SAP 13?
Commissioners, I can verify that from the entries, but they've just given an explanation of the exhibits that's being entered.
So just the description of it?
That's
not
correct,
without the
Commissioners.
number?
That's correct. There could have been no seal numbers because the exhibits was not sealed.
Okay, thank you.
General, does that mean then that maybe let me ask my question differently. Is there a way, given what you've just said now, explaining they were not sealed and so there were no seal numbers at that point, is there a way of independently, that you would independently have been able to verify that indeed it was 551 bricks of cocaine that were found in that container? And I'm talking about what happens from the time that that container is open up to this warrant officer Perumal, where they get to him and then ask for the SAP 13 register.
Yes, indeed, Commissioners. If proper crime scene notes or contemporaneous notes were kept by the lead investigator, obviously during that counting process it will be recorded either in a pocketbook or on foolscap. That's the first safeguard. Then obviously it gets placed in exhibit seal bag, sealed, and upon handing in at the police station, the SAP 13 clerk will obviously then verify what he or she is accepting. And then the third safeguard obviously will then be when the exhibits is received at the Forensic Science Laboratory. It is opened by the analysts and then obviously counted again, and that will be independent verification then for the initial claims by the investigators that it's 541 bricks.
None of that happened here, those steps that you're describing?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Commissioner. And then you mentioned non-tamper evidence bags. What is